welcome to the Bottom Line Live.
Hello.
This is Jean Jacques Widmaier, and he is an expert. Why isn't this posting? I don't think this is working. Here we go.
There we go.
It is working. So
Hi,
Facebook. Hi, Facebook. Hi, Zoom. Hi, everyone. He is an expert on U.S. macroeconomics, and he is a portfolio manager, and he is going to tell us today how the U.S. economy is affecting you as a business owner. A lot of people ask me questions about, should I raise prices? What should I do next? How does this affect me? And I'm not the expert on that, so I don't ever know the answers. So I recruited my friend Jean Jacques, and he is going to answer all of those for us. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments, whether you're in the Zoom or in the Facebook, and we'll answer your questions. And again, there are no stupid questions.
Absolutely not.
No stupid questions. We will answer them all to the best of our ability. And I always talk really fast because we only have a half an hour. But here we go. So Jean Jacques, tell us about what is happening today in the U.S. economy.
Well, thank you so much. So it really depends on how you want to look at it. The thing that I notice being in the field for quite a while actually is that people generally kind of have like segmented information. So some people have information that they get from the news, some people have information that they get from politics. Some people get information from podcasts. People get information from all over the place. It's really segmented. And then they're sitting there and they're like, how do I figure this all out? Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that just a basic underlying information is missing a lot of the times from when you're watching the news. Like they say words and they say things to make, and it's like you're supposed to know those things already. And the truth is that most people don't, and you have to be in the field for an extremely long time to even know what these guys are saying. So when we're talking about macroeconomics, which is one of my favorite subjects, it just means macro means big, like the whole picture, like when you take everything into account, right? We're not talking about like what's happening today or what's happening tomorrow or what happened last week, but like what happens when you take everything into account. And then once you start taking everything into account, you can start making better decisions based off of longer term trends. And that's what we kind of want to focus on today. Just like, all right, maybe we might not be able to change something right today. And hopefully we can give you information that'll allow you to change something today. But we want to kind of give you some information just so you can feel a little bit better, a little bit more in control, a little bit more like you can look to the future with some type of prediction. And that's what macroeconomics is, right? We're trying to predict out much further, and we're not trying to predict out what's going to happen today or tomorrow. So I think one of the first bits of information that most people haven't gotten used to is probably back in about 2000, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is 22 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's a while ago. Or back in 2008. Really what happened in about 2008 is that the stock market and the US economy separated. One does not represent the other.
But anymore. It used to.
Yeah, but it used to.
Oh.
Yeah. So like when likely our parents were growing up, the stock market was very connected to exactly what was happening in our everyday lives.
Yeah.
Right? But if we look at, let's say, like COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So COVID, we had the highest stock market ever, huge unemployment, countries locked down, factories locked down, international shipping locked down, the world not even able to communicate with people. You couldn't fly into certain countries.
Yeah.
Did all of these things going on, highest stock market ever.
Yeah, because people, and even with crypto, people became millionaires.
Yeah.
And yet it was all a big house of cards and crumbled down, because I know people who lost millions months ago.
Yeah, just as fast as they made it, it was gone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so then what do we base, Jerry obviously tells us how much the stock market is a house of cards and how, like, it's basically speculating. And I know you don't necessarily have the same concept, but like if that's no longer tied to the economy, like what do we base it on? Like are we in a recession? Are we not in a
That's a good
recession?
question, right?
Because I keep hearing we are, but I keep hearing we're not.
Okay, so I'll get to both of the questions.
Okay.
So first, you had this, you could say like a decoupling, like you probably back in like 2008 when we had the huge financial collapse and the government got involved and they threw trillions of dollars into the economy. Like, what does that even mean? Like, how do they throw trillions of dollars into economy? So, well, you have to think of the US economy, just think of it as a giant pool. And all the water in the pool is money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so the pool, for some reason, right, your house of cards just slipped and a whole bunch of water came out of the pool.
Mm-hmm.
And people were like, I can't even swim anymore. Like we can't do business. Everything's going to fail. People are running aground, all of those other things. So they poured money into the pool, right? So they poured water into the pool to fill the pool back up. All right. So that's the easiest way to look at it.
But that creates inflation.
Yeah. Well, it depends, right? This is where it's like a teeter-totter.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a whole bunch of money disappear, then that causes deflation, right? So if you have like a balloon and you blow up the balloon, but in 2008 you had a whole bunch of money disappear, the balloon deflated.